What's cracking, everybody? Hello and welcome back to Gaming 101 with Mr. Berger. Tonight I'm going to do something a little bit different. The Barbarian Barrel was just released, as in footage of its gameplay was just released in a Clash Royale introduction, welcome to the arena video, as they're known to do. So we're going to go ahead and walk through that video. I'm going to react to it, see what I think of it, and then maybe run through it once more really quickly to talk about some of the interactions that they show. Let's check it out. Okay, oh well, there's the goblins. It's a pretty funny intro. Oh, there's the barbarian. So it looks kind of like a log, I think is how it's going to be used. Yeah, see, it rolls like a log. Okay, look at this. It clears out that swarm, and it's fighting that knight. That's really cool. So it's really effective for sure. It's going to be really strong. Now, look at what it does there. Completely clears out all the skeletons like a log. And here it's going to push through the tank, and it fights the witch, the support in the back there. That's really cool. So I want to talk about some of these more specific interactions a little bit later. But look at that, man. It's going right through the tank and then just annihilating the support. And then it survives and lives through and just keeps fighting the tank there. Yeah, I think it's going to be a really great card. So let's talk about like some of the specific things that we saw here, because this is really going to be interesting, like some of the interactions that you can do here. So I feel like it's going to be similar to a log, as I mentioned, but it has the extra barbarian at the end here. So look at this. It kills all the goblins, right, in the goblin gang, and then it fights this knight here and just blows him up. And like it just shuts it down for 3 elixir. That's a what? Goblin gang was a 6 plus a knight is a 6 elixir push, and that 3 elixir shuts it down completely. So that's really good on defense there. Now here it destroys the tombstone and all the skeletons, and then it goes and runs and fights the princess. But I mean, to be honest, man, that seems like a bad placement on the opponent's part, because like he knows that princess and tombstone are going to be susceptible to log, or in this case barbarian barrel, and he puts them right next to each other. But still, it shows the usage of it. Now this one's really cool. Look, it kills, or it rolls through all the skeletons there and then kills the witch, and then he tornadoes the tank and activates the king tower at the same time. Here, that was another really cool interaction. It rolled through and destroyed all of the goblin gang, and then it's gonna go and destroy that musketeer. Well, the inferno tower makes quick work, of course, of the golem, as it's known to do. Awesome. This is looking really cool. Now, I wasn't too sure how I felt about it at first. When I saw the card release, I'm like, okay, it's a log that costs more and has a barbarian at the end of it. Some initial thoughts that I have, though, were like, okay, maybe it's like a better version of the log, right? The Barbarian Barrel, as you can see here, at tournament level standard, does 1 less area damage to units, the exact same to Crown Tower. And so, I mean, it's like basically the exact same thing. It does cost 1 more elixir, and of course it spawns a barbarian, which is the major advantage of it. But here's the major difference, if you haven't noticed yet, at the 2 cards here, the range of the Barbarian Barrel is significantly less than that of the log. So a Barbarian Barrel doesn't actually make contact with an enemy princess tower. If you saw in the video there, they were always using it on defense to take out hordes and swarms, and then the barbarian to destroy the support. When he used it on offense, it only got in range of the defensive tombstone, which is generally placed like 4 tiles up from the king tower. It doesn't have that same range where it can connect to the princess tower and do that chip damage. So that's the major difference. However, this will give it definitely some different utility. So even though it doesn't have that extended range, the minimum range allows it to be placed more effectively on defense and, you know, get that barbarian out there quicker. So it's going to be really interesting. It's going to have a lot of different interactions than the log, so I don't think it'll be a complete like replacement for it. I think it'll kind of be a very different utility in a sense, and you could definitely swap it out for the log in some decks. I mean, don't get me wrong, because it's going to be a similar cost spell with a relatively similar effect, but I think overall it's going to have a very large difference in the way that it's used and its utility. And we're going to see some really cool interactions coming out here. So the last thing that I wanted to take a look at here is the Barbarian Draft Challenge. Barbarian Barrel Draft Challenge is coming up in about 4 hours, so when you see this video, maybe like 2 or 3 hours, hopefully, if I get it out soon enough, right? Anyway, it's a draft challenge. I love draft challenges, so I'm really looking forward to it. You get a chance to get the Barbarian Barrel early, so definitely get in on that. It's coming up soon. It's going to be great. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and have a good night.